And I'm gonna close this one for a second. And I'm gonna open this file. I'm going to open a file which I have prepared in the sense that I have already made the connection. So you have TFL format, which is the prep flow with the references to the connections, or you have TFLX file, which is just like in Tableau Desktop, a packaged version of your flow. In Tableau Desktop, it means that all your data is contained in your file. Well, in this case, it's the same. So it's the prep flow plus the actual data. And I'm going to open it. Let me zoom out. Okay, I saved it. So we are looking at a new data set. It's called consumer prices. And what is particular in this data set, and why have I picked this out? Because there was a time where working with Tableau Desktop, you would assume that all of your data was nicely in place, but then somebody sent you files like this, and then you would go, oh my God, the values I would expect to be in my dimensions, there are in the columns. And although you have the pivot function these days in Tableau, I want to show you that you can easily actually perform what they call a columns to rows operation in Tableau as well. What does that mean? If I want to have a dimension with the year, let me put it this way. If I want to visualize all of this in Tableau Desktop, it's definitely possible, making use of measure names and measure values, if that does ring a bell to you. However, if I am in the front seat of choosing how my data will look like to do this kind of analysis, I probably will opt to pivot it first before I start analyzing it. So what do we have here? Just to make sure that we know what we're working with, we have information about the area. We have a specific item what the data is about to seek consumer prices, most of the time consumer prices of food, general products, etc. It's actually a data set with economical indicators for specific countries. Having said that, I want to perform a pivot. I want to pivot all these columns. So I click pivot. Which columns do I want to pivot? Well, here it says column to rows, so that's good. The only thing I need to do is tell Tableau Prep which columns he needs to transpose from columns to rows. So holding Shift, I have done a multiple selection. So I drag them in. And I can call this one year. I will call this one values. Now let's have a look what we have done. And you now nicely see I have these years as a dimension, and I have my values nicely next to it, which is awesome. And then, yeah, okay, for completeness, you probably noticed I don't like the Y in front of it. So let me just quickly remove it using clean, remove letters. There you go, it disappeared. And I can write it somewhere, be it on my desktop or to the server. So that's how you can use pivot.